Check 1, 2. How's everybody doing? Hey, what's going on here? Check 1, 2. Our tool in the building. How's everybody doing tonight? So tonight, I'll be fact checking. I'll be pocket checking. And before we get started, I want all of the Nasheedians and those that will say, stop pocket watching, stop trolling, stop clout chasing. Y'all can leave right now. You can say tonight, plebiscite babbling. Okay, we allow that tonight. Plebiscite babbling is allowed on the platform. But clout chasing, pocket watching, and trolling is not allowed on the platform. Listen, before I start, my apology. What time is it? My apology for being so late. Let me tell you something about this. I'm going to be totally honest with you. This is one of the most intriguing research that I've ever done. You hear what I say? People like, let me, I'm not even going to joke. This is one of the most complex, intriguing research that I've ever done since I've been doing Morse World TV. I mean, I can't stop now. You know what I'm saying? Because what I'm saying, it really doesn't even give a glimpse to what's in my mind. It's if you have people that are, after I go through these slides tonight, if you're able to see it through the finish, if not, sometimes I have a slow build up, but I get to my point towards the end. But if you're able to keep up with it tonight, cool. Just remember, take mental notes so you can follow tomorrow or when you're able to tune back in. It is crazy. It is crazy. Let's start here. Jealousy has destroyed the Black nation in the past, present, and future. No, what actually destroys us is we're scared to critique those who claim to be leaders. We're scared to question the legitimacy of their leadership, and we take a back seat, when something doesn't seem right. Well, the time has come that we call it out. And if it's not right, then by all means, the person who called it out owes an apology. But we just don't sit back and be quiet when something doesn't look right no more. That doesn't work no more. You're not going to shame people into being quiet no more. They're not going to shame people into making you, we're talking disunity. You're not going to shame anybody. You're not going to shame. Nobody is going to shame anybody for calling out something that doesn't look right. We're all grown here. If I'm wrong, I will apologize. But until you show me that I'm wrong, watch what I present or just step off. But in this world today, we will critique one another. If you critique me, I open up the platform for you to come here and tell me what you think about me. Tell me about my past that you don't like. Tell me about I beat my wife with a bat that you don't like. I open up the platform. Tell me about the what they say the charge, whatever, sex thing. Tell me. You know what I mean? Tell me. I open up the platform just like King Me. Say I'm doing this for views. Watch this. I will let King Me come on the show right now. Will he come? Will he come on the show and explain the significance and the intelligence behind doing this for views? There is not one person on YouTube that don't, in particular, do most of their shows for views. Some of the shows are for personal peeds that they got, but majority of people do it for views. Will you hit the link? Because that's an asinine statement right there. For views, LOL. There is no person on social media that creates content 99.9. That 1% is because you got a personal thing that you want to get off your chest. I mean, you see, here we go. See, this is the type of Nasheedians that are developed from listening to noodles in the brain type people. You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. We can't even have an intelligent conversation because the first statement is not even intelligent. You're doing it for views. LOL. Show me one person on social media on that do this as much as anybody else who is not doing it for views. Now there are times where you say, I don't care about the views because it's something that you got to get off your chest. But 95% of the time, if a person does YouTube more than twice or 3 times a week, let me tell you, they're doing it for views. So that's like a silly statement. That doesn't shame me. That don't make me, of course I'm doing it for views. I want to wake you up, you goofy. I want to wake you up, of course. Of course. See, look at this. The history is very shady, brother. Come up here and tell me about it, brother. There you go. The link is there. My history is shady. The difference between my history and Tariq history, I will talk about mine with you right now. Hit the link. Let's fight the real enemy. I'm 110% when you do that. What about when the real enemy look like us? Are we ever going to fight the enemy that within? Are we ever going to fight the enemy that look like us? Or we just act like that don't happen? We act like it wasn't a copper tone person that shot Malcolm. We act like it wasn't a copper tone person that's on the balcony of the Lorraine Hotel that felt the pulse of Martin Luther King to make sure he was dead. We act like it wasn't a copper tone person that watched and snitched and got Marcus Garvey hemmed up in something that he didn't do and have him shipped. We act like that was a copper tone person who didn't get Prophet Noble Drew Ali killed. We act like it wasn't a copper tone person. Must I go on? Must I go on? You people are crazy. You people are crazy. And if we keep going the way that we've been going, we're never getting nowhere. Somebody got to call them out. Huh? Somebody got to call them out. Do I need to name some more leaders? There is not one leader amongst us who have not succumbed to the copper-toned person that was orchestrated by the pale-skinned person. Talk to me. There is not one. But you talking about fight the real enemy. Fool, the enemy look like you today. The enemy looks like you today. And if you don't have a discerning mind, you will never pick it out. The enemy looks like you today. Stop with the nonsense. You people are crazy. You people are crazy. Keep worrying about this European. This European has manipulated and showed you what he's going to do for over 2,000 years. You ain't learned yet. You should already know the European. You should already know what the European doing. The European been doing it for over 2,000 years. If you believe in Jesus, he is the one that put Jesus in the bind. If you believe in Muhammad, he was the one that put Muhammad in the bind. Whatever you believe in, the colonization of Africa, it was the European that did it. After all of these years, you still got to yell about the European. What about the role that we play? What about the role that our people play that look like us? What if someone would have said, Jesus, Judas, Judas up there fraternizing with them people. Judas over there chilling over there with them Romans. Nah, it wasn't Judas. Man, come on. We got to stop fighting with each other. Jesus, Judas over there chilling with them Romans too much. He over there hustling with them Romans, Jesus. Come on, man. Why you always want division? Stop with the division. It ain't nothing wrong with doing. See, that's the problem with us. We look at history only when it looks good to us. We look at history only when it benefits our self-esteem. But we don't look at history when it destroys us, and it can destroy us again today. It can destroy us again today. You got to be tripping. Y'all people got to be tripping. The same history that been destroying us is happening right now, and you don't even see it. And it's a crying shame that T12, 17, you look like you're a little bit older. You look like you got a little bit of experience. Yet you still saying the same thing that got our ancestors in this predicament in the first place. This is the same attitude that got us in this predicament, where one looked like us playing games for the other side. Today, the game is intellectual. It's intellectual. And if you ain't up on your intellectual game, you're going to fall victim to it. Stop looking at the skin tone and listen to the vibration. Listen to the tone. Listen to the word tone. Listen to the energy. Feel the energy. You got to be kidding me. After 2,000 years, people keep talking about we've been in for 400 years. Heck no, we've been going through this for over 2,000 years. Trace yourself back, and thus you know when the Romans controlled the whole North Africa. Do you know that ancient, like, people have the thing that says, I'm gonna get started in a minute. Work with me. Let me spit my speech. People talk about the Moors enslaved Africans. Although the Moors are the inhabitants of Africa, right? But nobody wants to mention when the Ptolemies came up into ancient Egypt and they turned ancient Egypt out. The whole ancient Egypt became Roman. And they began to, our people sold us out in Egypt. What are you talking about? Our people in Egypt let the Romans in. They let the Romans in. They begin to make European pharaohs, quote unquote. What are you talking about? Them Romans can't come from the hills, can't come from the caves and get into the most elaborate, the most intelligent society on the planet Earth in that period of time without the help of the copper tone. So in today's world, you better beware of the copper tone that's working for the other side. It's intellectual. It's supposed to sound good. It's supposed to look good. Heck, it's supposed to feel good. In other words, you can't be tricked by it. You can't be tricked by it if it don't feel good. You can't be fooled if it don't look good. It got to look good. It got to look good. It got to look like we fighting for reparations. It got to look like we need a museum. It got to look like that. Heck, if it looked anywhere else, you wouldn't be able to be fooled. If it looked anywhere else, how else can you be fooled and manipulated and drug around the planet mentally, chasing nothing? We're being dragged around the planet chasing nothing. Chasing worthless things that will never liberate us. You got to be kidding me, man. Man, listen, if you don't like Morris World TV, you can go ahead. How in the world? This woman is crazy. He opened the door. He opened the door. Ain't this insane? Ain't this insane? This person say he opened the door. I'm not even going to dignify that with an answer. That's how lost we are. May the generation see how lost we are. He opened the door. Are you serious? I'm going to just leave that alone. He opened the door. Woo! I guess we got to start the show.
I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. If you a friend of the Moors, then you a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies, now hold my line. Those that speak against the prophet, they speak against me. And I'm speaking about the prophet over Drew Ali, who was the first to remind you and bind you back to Morocco, the mountains, Mississippi, and Quebec. Told you you wasn't black, proved it with straight facts. You tripping off trucks, you need to be tripping off that. Now here we go again, acting like you a slave. Family, see y'all tonight, 9:30. Let's go. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number.
So welcome to another edition of Morse World TV. I'm your host, Brother Harker Bay. If y'all can hear me, I seen somebody right in there. Let me see it. He said, this dude is an Afro-Latino. I say this. That's one thing we're going to be talking about tonight. Can you hit the link? Would this brother hit the link? G Concept. He said, this dude is an Afro-Latino. Are we going to talk about that tonight also? Let's see how transparent I am, huh? Huh? Are you the guy who said bootlegged Hidden Colors? Bootleg, I don't know what you're talking about. Huh? Are you going to hit the link? Huh? All right, let's do this. I like what I did last time. So family, bear with me. Everybody hit the thumbs up. I'm gonna take a little. I need to take a tour and do something. Oh, there it is. My bad. I need to change something up in here. Because we're not gonna get distracted tonight. So let's go here. Hold up. Let me see. Let's go here real quick. All right. Give me 1 second, family. I gotta adjust some things up in here. You know what I'm talking about? Let me adjust some things up in here. Let me see if I can do it real quick. Let me see. Bam. Customize. Bam. There we go. All right, you want to talk to me? You got to join the family. That's right. You got to join the family now. That's right. Come on, subscribe and join the family. That's right. We're doing it for views. As my uncle say, dumb is you. My uncle stutter. And I used to mess with him. He used to catch me and hit me. I used to run. He used to hit me. Bam. I like, my Uncle P hit me. And he's like, dumb is you. I used to mess with him. I used to mess with him all the time. Uncle Pete, why you stutter like that? Why you stutter like that? I take off running. Uncle Pete catch me. Bam! The dumb issue. Shout out to Uncle Pete, man. Show for the shot. I was something else, man. So let's get started. Let's get started. Do anybody want to come in and got any questions before I get started? I'm going to be here for probably about an hour and a half. So I'll drop the link one more time. Does anybody wants to jump in before I get started? Algorithms Network say too much yelling. I'm gonna stop shouting in a minute. I only get excited when I start. You know what I mean? I only get excited when I start. Anybody want to jump in? Anybody want to jump in? Huh? That's tell you. Listen, fam, I get excited. You should be excited about life too. I mean, Black Girls Read in the building. I need everybody subscribe to Black Girls Read. That she's kicking off her channel. I actually it dropped in my lap, and I seen it. I'm really interested in seeing it develop, and I hope you are too. So when I'm not on, you are on Black Girls Read, or you're on Sister Shakur with the Queens, you know what I mean, and the Royals, you know what I mean. And let me do one more thing, fam. We about to get started real quick. Let me I want to thank my oh man, let me thank Gilberto. Gilberto say this show is sponsored by, let me say it like this, J2461. And I'll just say, because I don't know if he want me to say his name, so I just say Gilberto. And also, Brother Rodney, thank you so much, Rodney. And who did I miss? I think somebody, I know my Soto, always on the scene. Let me see. And I want to thank somebody last week. My sister Nicole Moore. Thank you, Sister Nicole. Sister Nicole Moore she beat me to lunch. She beat me to lunch the other day. The other day I was on my way to get some lunch, and let me see. And she said, I ain't do what she said though. She said, she sent me a cash app and said, for you to get lunch, to get Robin a lunch or a flower. I ain't get Robin no lunch, but I got me a lunch. But I got on the back end. I get on the back end. But listen, family. I want you to put your thinking cap on, family. Listen. Again, let me get serious real quick. Fam, this is one of the most intriguing research things that I've ever seen. I mean, it really is. It's one of the most intriguing things that I've ever seen. I really want you to share this. If you like, let me press 7 if you like mystery novels. Let me see the email. Let me see. Press 7 if you like mystery novels. Do you like mystery novels? Let me thank my sister Ahmadiyya Shakur. Thank you, sis. Again, man, I mean, Sister Yasmin in the building. Thank you so much, Sister Yasmin. Y'all like mystery novels? Family, if you like mystery novels, forensics, this is the show for you. So at this point, it's really not even about Tariq Nasheed. It's really about now trying to figure out who this guy is. And whenever somebody says something about Tahaka Bay, say, you're right. But now I want to know who is Tariq Nasheed. Really push him to say that. No disrespect. I mean, no disrespect. But just push him. Who is he? Before 1999, who is he? And would you get him to say who he was before 1999? Before the Macking book, who was Tariq Nasheed? Do anybody know definitively? Definitively, from his mouth, not what the book said. Big Monty say he's an ex-pimp turned activist. In fact, his followers say he's not a pimp. In fact, Big Monty, see, there we go. His followers check me. They say, listen, he's not a pimp. He's a Mac. I said, okay. Don't y'all think that that is something to be, isn't that something to consider? If a person won't even elaborate who they were at a certain period of time, that ain't something to be concerned about. Of course, that's something to be concerned about. But anyway, I want to show you some of the things that I'm concerned about. I mean, plebiscite tethermacking. But listen, family. So these are some of the things that I'm going to be looking at tonight. I said we're going to be pocket watching. We're going to be checking some things. So listen. You know, I've been doing some searching and looking, and I really can't find a place where, and I've tried, and I don't do a lot of social media searching. I go digging in other searches to try to keep up the good work. Thank you, Miss Callie Love. See, Miss Callie Love, she and Callie sound like it. She know that man ain't about nothing. But listen, so I go digging, right? And I can't even find where he actually admits that his name was Cosmo Flex. Now we know K Flex. KMCD, stop, man. You plebiscite babbling, GS. Stop it now. Listen, Tariq is a businessman in America, focused on making money. There's no mystery here. His God is money. Where is no? What I'm saying is, let's be clear, Mr. Cleanup Man. I'm really serious. Who was he before 1999 and the book that the Mac came out? If anybody can answer that, you good. You're good. Because there is nothing definitive that he is actual Marcus Sanders on that charge, yet it's definitive that Marcus Sanders is an identity that he held, but it's all over the place. It's all over the place. It's all over the place. Let me get started real quick. So first of all, there is not one place where I can find where he admits that his name was even Cosmo Flex. However, when we look at it, now this is the crazy thing about it, man. This stuff goes back way. We're going to talk about that too, A.R. Smith. How did he get? See, this is a thinking show. How did he get linked with Michael Moore? This is strange. Listen, watch this, family. So when we see this about Cosmo Flex, right? The funny thing about this, and this is in San Francisco, if I'm not mistaken, in 1990, if I'm not mistaken. Now, Cosmo Flex is performing, but watch this though. Watch this though. Don't know. You cannot find anybody that actually, I know I haven't found anybody that speaks for, vouch for, or claims to be a part of the group with Cosmo Flex. Yet when you look at the CD cover, there's people on there. Now we know when he came up there with that other CD cover, you know what I'm saying, that there was people standing there, but most likely they were paid. And so maybe even with the Cosmo Flex thing, that the people was paid to be there. I don't know. But this is, peace, Milan. But this is 1990. So I'm going to take you back real quick, and I'm going to bring you back forward real quick. I'm going to keep it moving real fast. But you cannot find anybody to vouch for this stuff. That's crazy to me. Such a public figure, that is crazy to me. But let's go. We're getting started. Now, but we also find in 1990, Cosmo Flex again. So this is 90 and 93. He's performing in Birmingham. So truth to the story is he's performing in Birmingham, but look on here. Right here, this is a South Carolina. I mean, I'm sorry. This is where was it? I think this was San Diego. I think it was San Diego. But he performing with the Detroit Rock City. So people from Detroit is performing with him. MT Experience and plus all Kiss Review Detroit Rock City. So we see a Detroit connection and we see a Birmingham connection in 93. But we don't see anybody coming out and saying they actually was rocking with Flex. Weird to me, because if you look really close to it, if you really look really close to who was on the flyer, watch this. Naughty by Nature is at the bottom of the main stage flyer. Naughty by Nature. So he's performing, but don't nobody know him. Not today. Not today. Nobody knows him. Not as Cosmo Flex. That should be strange if he is Cosmo Flex. That's why I say I don't even know if he is Cosmo Flex. But you know I'm about to build it up. It's going to build up. Just be patient. Just be patient. But one of the connections we see is Cosmo Flex. He had a song in 1990, or his album was called Winchology. Tariq Nasheed always in the past have used bid winch or bid winch or bid winch. And Cosmo Flex will use the term winchology. Now, let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. Ain't nobody in my generation ever called a woman a winch. The generation before mine might have said that. The generation before mine might have said that, but nobody. That's right. I've heard the rap songs on YouTube. Nobody in my generation calls women wenches. This shows you that this guy has most likely got a bunch of facelifts, and because even when you look at the Cosmo guy, you see it's a different thing. It's a different look. He got the hair blonde or something like that, but if you could see it closely, it appears to be not exactly a splitting image of him that we see today. It's just not. But at the same time, when you listen to the music, it does sound like he be rapping. Let's keep it a buck. It does. So we're building this up. We're building this up. That doesn't look like Tariq Nasheed. That doesn't look like him. However, people claim that it's him. And he used the same tactics when he turned into the person K-Flex. When he turned into the person K-Flex, the raps are the same. The rap are always really gaudy as it relates to disrespect of women. It's real cheap rap. You know what I mean? It's real cheap rap. You know that cheap rap? Like, oh, pop your butt, girl. Pop your butt, girl. Girl, pop your butt. You're stinky butt. Girl, you got a stinky butt. Stinky butt, stinky butt, stinky butt, stinky butt, stinky butt. Run around with stinky butt. I don't like stinky butt. Smell your finger on your stinky butt. Like, who would listen to that? It's the worst rap that you ever heard in your life. But you got a stinky butt. Look at the leg. Look at the leg. Ashy leg, girl. Don't put your leg down. So ashy leg. I don't like no ashy leg girl. Like, what? We was listening to Public Enemy and NWA. He was just saying anything. Oh my goodness. Look at the nappy head. Got a nappy head. Running left. Peas on the back of her neck. Peas on the back of her neck with the nappy head. Girl, go ahead with your watch yourself out. Wash yourself out. Yeah, you bid winch. Like, what? Like, stop playing, man. You're tripping. Like, it's tripping. So listen, let's build it up. Let's build it up. Let's keep it moving. So anyway, I wanted to mention that because my point is that he has been mysterious since then. From 1993 to 1999, he disappeared. You understand what I'm saying? From 1993 to 1999, there is nothing of a Cosmo flex. Maybe a K flex. I couldn't find it as of yet. But there is nothing of it. The next time that we hear of a Sanders is he's pleading guilty for a 1996 drug conspiracy. Now, in this 1999, now I don't know if this him or not. In this 1996 drug conspiracy, Marcus Sanders fit the profile, if you will, of Tariq Nasheed. Number one, his father's name is Nathan Sanders. Nathaniel, to be exact. You feel what I'm saying? Nathaniel, to be exact. You follow me? People say it does look like him. Okay. I mean, Nathaniel, to be exact. We know his sister name is Sanders and et cetera, et cetera. But he never admits that his name is Sanders. Or did he? Somebody say, what is the goal with all the facts? The goal is to put you on point to be aware. Awareness is everything. What is the goal? The goal is to be aware that right before our face, we can be played by smooth talkers who mean us no good. That's the goal. Awareness. Awareness right now. That's what it is. There's nothing you can do about anybody from pushing a game plan on us. But you can be aware of it. And maybe you can share it with somebody if you agree with the information. If not, let it go and keep it moving. Let it go and keep it moving. But right now, it's just awareness. It may move into another space soon. But today, it's awareness. So from 1993 to 1999, he disappears, except for a break in 1996 when we hear about this drug conspiracy. And from the 1996 drug conspiracy, somebody get killed. And then that's where 99 come into play. 99 come into play because a person that was a co-defendant on this drug conspiracy end up dying, end up getting murdered. And then you see Marcus Sanders here, but disappears. He's here on the trial, he disappears. Now, listen to me, family. On this Marcus Sanders trial, I said it's one of the most complex things that I've ever seen before. There is no charging documents. You know what I'm saying? There is no charging documents. There only I guess there's more of a summation of what happened after the trial, but there is nothing leading up to that. Not that I found thus far. I gotta hit the road on this one. There is nothing that leads up to how it ended up in court. With this charge and this drug conspiracy, it goes straight into court. You don't hear no details how it got into court. You know what I'm saying? Then secondly, once the murder conviction happens, you know, he disappears, and then he's supposed to have life in prison. There is a Mark Sanders who's serving life in prison, but all of this stuff is questioning. It's questionable. It's very, very questionable. And so my thing is, when it becomes this questionable and no one wants to step up and say, man, what is this? That's making it even more deadly. I mean, someone said, can you touch on Tony Yancey? The only thing I can touch on Tony Yancey is that Tony Yancey was Marcus, was Mark baby mother, but there was a Marcus and a Mark on the case. And both of them name is Sanders. Now that sounds crazy too. There's a Marcus and there's a Mark. And that sounds crazy. So what I'm saying is that this is a mystery. Didn't I just say that? This is a mystery. But somewhere weaved in there, we'll be getting to the bottom of it soon. You see what I'm saying? We'll be getting to the bottom of it real soon. But for now, let's just lay out some of this stuff, this pocket watching stuff too. So, but I'm just giving you a timeline right now. The next time we see him in the public, although the book that he wrote supposedly is copywritten 1999, one of the first times that he is in the public it's right on the main stage. And I say one of the first times. It's on the main stage. He's at a bookstore. And he's selling The Art of Mackin by Tariq Nasheed. This is February 10th, 2002. So there is some time. There we go, ghostwritten. I agree. There is some time in between this where it's not accounted for. So from 93 to 99, nothing, except for the charge in 96. And then from 99 till about 2000-ish, it pops up again. Now, one of the main, now watch this. One of the things that somebody just mentioned was about Michael Moore. This is in 2001, where they are running an article in Hampstead, New York newspaper. Go figure that. For Tariq Nasheed. Remember, hold on. Let me read it to you. Let me read this first caption. Last year, Tariq Nasheed went on a special assignment to Washington, D.C. as K-Flex, a pimp for Michael Moore's cable television show, The Awful Truth. Stop there. He hooks up with Michael Moore. Now, from Michael Moore, he begins to get through doors that you've never seen before. He's in all the newspapers because of Michael Moore. This one is in New York. He's in all the newspapers. Next thing you know, he moved forward and he's on the Jay Leno show, and that's a little bit later, and he's on Conan O'Brien. But all these Juby-Dooby Doos, is opening the doors because that's who he's around. And when you go and look at it, you will see. Now, hold up. Now, let's listen what he was saying in 2001. He says, will you debate ever the McCain-Feingold bill be productive? The debate is like feds raiding a hoe house. It looks good on paper, but the hoes will just find other ways to turn tricks. What system would you prefer? See, there's only one system in the world, and that's the pimping. And that's pimping. A pimp might get a raggedy hoe from the streets, clean her up, and put her on top of her game. If that raggedy hoe turns around and betrays him, a pimp would hit her with a shoe. The American people need to start doing the same thing with lawyer politicians. Stop right there. Go to the top of the line. There is only one system in the world, and that is pimping. There is only one system in the world, and that is pimping. We're going to talk about that pimping in a minute. See, this is a different type of pimping now. This is why I said we got a pocket watch. If you don't want me pocket checking, get on up out there, because we're going to pocket check tonight. This is a different type of pimping here. And our people love it, appears to be. Not our people. People who following this message love it. Now, the next time we see him, he's in a newspaper, and listen what he says. He's getting at the NBA All-Star parties. He comes from nowhere, write a book about Mackin, and get to the NBA All-Star parties. LA so-called relationship expert Tariq Nasheed is right this minute shaking his head as the city hotel fills up. Every groupie, look how they talk about our people. This is what they was talking about. Every groupie in America is going to be here this weekend, said Nasheed. The way he talked to these people in this period of time, they were still flocking. Just unbelievable to me. Every groupie in America is going to be here this weekend, said Nasheed, whose latest book is Play or Be Played: What Every Female Should Know About Men, Dating, and Relationships. It's going to be a million groupies march. You see the type of mindset that this individual had? This is a grown adult. This is not that far long ago now. So don't be telling me everybody got a pass. This is not that long ago. This is not that long ago. Don't look. See, when people talk about me, they talking about me when I was 18. They talking about me when I was 18. You feel what I'm saying? Press 7 if you hear what I'm saying. When they talk about when I was a fool, they talking about when I was 18 and in my 20s. This not that long ago. Man, our people better wake up, man. Because our people better wake up. We better wake up. I mean, this just shows you the mentality of that time. Now, one thing that we got to pay attention to is that the person that he says that is his mother in this picture right here, we know we've seen the picture, doesn't look nothing like it would be his mother, but who knows? I don't want to talk about anybody's parents because I've had mine talking about, and it doesn't bother me, but hey, some people it does bother, and this is not about Miss Rayford. But on here, look at the information. It says, who does it says? His father. And the source of this comes from an obituary. That means a family member wrote this. A family member of James Rayford. Man, I can recognize those cheeks anywhere. Those cheeks look just like Tariq's. But I don't know. But on this, it says his father is Charles Rayford. This shows you how so much this, not misinformation, this information is out on one person. A lot of disinformation is out, but we've been able to piece it together. Don't worry. Now, when you look at the obituary right here, again, you see the son Tariq, but let me assure you that I have researched every name in here. And I can assure you that it doesn't seem to be a relation connection. It just doesn't seem to be a relation connection. I could be wrong. I don't know. But if I was I don't want to put everybody on Front Street. But if I was to show you every person in this, every name in there, you'd be like, oh, heck no. Oh, heck no. And again, Chino Hall peeped it. Tariq, not Tariq. What relative writes obituary with the wrong name or the wrong spelling? This is an official obituary. You can pull it up on Ancestry.com. The official obituary. But this is not my point tonight. You know what I mean? Now, one thing that is crazy to me is, how do we not know that Tariq is a FBA? With the information that we have, how can we, here's where the rubber meets the road. With the information that we have, how do we know that Tariq is a real FBA? We just taking it on faith? I'm asking you a question. How do we know that Tariq is a legitimate FBA when he won't even establish who he is and where he came from? How do we know? Hey, family, are you with me? How do we know that he's not an F? How do we know? You can't prove nothing. You can't prove nothing. So when he asking people who's FBA and these person not FBA, why don't somebody, even a non-FBA, should be like, prove who you are. Show us who you are. Even one of the people that he calls tethers, whether they Latina, Latino, they should say, no, you show me who you are. They should challenge him. Don't just take it for granted that he's an FBA. They should challenge him. The Africans, the Jamaicans, the Latinos, y'all should challenge him. Challenge him. If he claimed that you not FBA, say, okay, let's prove who's not FBA. Challenge him. Or tell him to shut up. Or tell him to shut up. Because while he's talking this, I'm trying to tell you, keep watching Tariq Bay. We're going to put you up on game. We're going to put you up on game. Watch what I got for you in a minute. And the reason why I say that is very important, because in 2014, his alias when he got locked up, or whatever he was charged in Ohio State, as you can see up top, is Tariq Nasheed, but one of his AKs is Marcos Vincent Thomas. Marcos. What? Hold up. What FBA? I don't know too many people FBA named Marcos. My name is Toronto, but my name is indigenous to this land. Like Toronto. What FBA would use an alias Marcos? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa, Marcos? ¿Dónde estás? ¿Dónde tu nombre? I messed that up. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, listen, I don't know if he's Spanish. I don't know if he's Hispanic. I don't know if he's Latino. I don't know. But the point that I'm making is, when you are running on the other side of the law, you use what you're used to. And I'm just saying, Marcos stands out to me as funny. Call me reaching. I'm looking for clues. Because he's saying FBA, FBA, FBA. ¿Cómo tu nombre? ¿Cómo tu nombre, Candy? Somebody said, I thought it was Marco. No, what I'm saying is, somebody said there's no way that's him. Okay, you say there's no way that's him? Listen, fam, you got to pay attention. Before you say there's no way that's him, here is the whole paper right here. Let me put that down. Here is the whole paper right here. You see on the top, Tariq Nasheed. Look at the top right there. Can you see it? Let me see if I can get something to mark it for you. Let me see if I can, no, hold on. Let me see if I can mark it for you. You see it right there? Tariq Nasheed. What you mean that's not him? Somebody said Vincent is a Haitian name. See, I don't know. Thank you, family. We trying to get this thing right. Somebody say he Haitian Dominican. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the person is, somebody said Marco is Italian, given extrusion, Latin, a Latin origin derived from Marcus. I mean, it all fits in though. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know. That's why I say Latin or Latin. But this is listen, we're just throwing some stuff out there right now. But the thing is you use what you're comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? Like if I had an alias or something, Marco wouldn't be nowhere near my mind. Marco wouldn't be nowhere near my mind. If I had an alias, my name would probably be I probably would use my middle name, Antonio. My name is Antonio. Who wants it better with Antonio? How you like that? But what I'm saying is you use what you're comfortable with. That's what I'm saying. You use what you're comfortable with. Somebody say they got a video of him in Brazil. You know what I mean? So now stop there. So this is what I'm saying. Is this soy Ogwan Huge? Oh, that was good. So look, Marco means more. Okay. But listen what I'm saying. I don't want to go too far reaching there because I got more to go with that in a second. I mean, listen to this. His child name is Mateo. Is Tariq a real FBA? What is Mateo? Mateo, let me see. Shout out to Lord Mateo. Let me see what that is. What that is. I didn't say it. The people say. The people said it. So that's Italian, they say. Yeah. That's Italian. I mean, so the point that I'm making is he a real FBA? Somebody got the answer. Look, Denzel Washington. Man, Denzel, what's that line you did in that movie? You know that line, man? We got to do that line, man. He be shouting FBA, this FBA, that, and he might not even be FBA. He might not even be FBA, family. Listen to this. Watch this. Hold up. Not only him, right? He hugging that American flag. You know what I'm saying? Happy to be an American citizen. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But now, his sister, she's sponsoring or hosting an event in Detroit for the Reparations rally. Her name is Tia Murray or Marie Sanders, right? His sister is hosting an event, right? Watch this. Her name is Tia Marie Sanders, right? Now remember, we dealt with the alias that Tariq has, Marcos, but his sister named Tia Marie Sanders, right? She's hosting this event. She's also giving away $100 gift card. Now, this is what I want to warn y'all. This is what I want to warn y'all. A lot of these websites that people put up where people are suspect do not, there you go. Abazu just said it. It's called catfishing. It's called catfishing. And let me tell you, do not register with this stuff trying to win no $100 gift card. Because what happens is, and I told people this with Grandmaster Jay, I said they're going to get your information, you're going to be put into a system, and now they know who you are. Like they know who I am. I'm on the internet, but they don't need to know who you are. And they is the people that keep your eye on you just in case you act like you want to get out of hand. Now, yes, most African Americans have European names. No, that's not the point. His name is claiming to be Tariq Nasheed. I'm asking, and it's his name's supposed to be Marcus. That's a European name. So if you carry an alias, why would you go to Marcos? Because it's close to Marcus, and you're familiar or cool with Spanish. That's why. That's the point. Follow me, family. Follow me, family. Follow me, family. Follow me. So now look. So they be fishing. And when they fishing, they require your email, your first and last name, and your cell number. You be a fool. You will be a fool. Now, remember, his sister name is Tia. Now listen to this. People say that no, we wasn't going to no Washington for no reparations. Well, on the website, mireparations.org, ran by his sister, she says November the 5th will be a day of uniting fundamental Black Americans with knowledge and solutions that will move us forward in lineage-based reparations. We are taking executive and legislative steps to confront the U.S. government in its role as the perpetrator of the enslavement of Black Americans. Hold up, stop right there. Wait a minute. What legislative steps that you are going to confront the U.S. government with? That's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about. There is no organized legislative steps in place. You know what this is? This is clearly a coming together, as he called it, a rally. Where is the legislative steps? This is what I was saying when I kept hearing people say, we're going to D.C. to get our reparations. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're going there to talk about what we can do, what we should do, what we will do, and we've been talking about that for every situation we ever been faced with. That's what you're going for. You're not going there taking no executive and legislative steps to confront the government. No, you're not. No, you're not. Stop it. Stop it. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. I'm not trying to stop the rally, but I can't stop the rally. I don't even believe I'm that powerful. But the point that I'm making is we have to wake up. We have to wake up. This is not how you get reparations. Misinformation, disinformation, heartstring information. This is not how you get reparations. Now remember, his sister name is Tia Marie Sanders, right? She actually was running for, I think, a council seat in the area she lived in, and we know that Tariq mentioned it. I mean, she was running for a council seat in 2019. The weird thing about that is she's running for a council seat in 2019, but on 9/30/2021, it just don't look good. And why is it? Why is it Not only is she running for a council seat in 2021, but filing for Chapter 7. And on this filing, her name is Claudia Mari. Claudia Mari. Claudia Mari. But you think her name is Tia. Claudia. What I'm telling you, why does everybody got to freak and why do everybody got to freak their name out? Claudia. You hear what I just said? Like people following this stuff, they don't think that this is kind of strange. They don't think that this is kind of strange. You don't know who Tariq Nasheed is before he was Tariq Nasheed. She's selling herself as Tia, which is short for Claudia. I ain't got nobody. My name, now let me say, now, my name is very unique. My name is very unique. Toronto, very unique. You know what I'm saying? Very unique. I get that. But let me tell you something. We ain't had no Claudias in our hood. Somebody say Claudia. Claudia. It's Claudia T. It's Claudia Toronto Johnson. It's Claudia. I got you, GS. Thank you, my brother. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all don't find that these are now listen, if a person, let's be clear, if a person would have a conversation about these things, then it wouldn't be a problem. The problem is people wish not to have conversation about these questionable things. Press 7 if you understand what I mean. If a person was to have a conversation about it, there is no problem. Just like me. Somebody say Tariq Bey is a sex offender. If I wouldn't address that, wouldn't you believe it? Wouldn't you be compelled to believe it? If I wouldn't have said, no, hit the link. No, let me show you. Wouldn't you? I mean, you're supposed to believe if I don't defend. I don't supposed to fall back and don't say nothing. That's my name, my reputation. No. I ain't supposed to not say nothing. So the problem is not the information is so compelling. The problem is no one wants to respond to this crazy information. No one wants to respond. That's the problem. And my thing is, do Tariq have to respond to me? Absolutely not. He looked at me as one, he even said that I might be a tether. You know what I'm saying? But he looks to me as probably a thorn in his side right now. So I'm sure he doesn't want to respond to me. But those who are going to invest money and that have invest money, those who are investing their time, those who are investing their talents, then why not just ask? Huh? Why not just ask? Why not just ask? It's very simple. It doesn't hurt to ask. Somebody said, fam, I gave him the side eye when he said you're a pedo. Look, you know what's funny? Y'all know I do home improvement, property maintenance, whatever the case may be. And one of my customers today was like, you're supposed to be over here doing this work. I got Marcus over here. That's why you're scared to come over here. I'm like, you watching this stuff too? But just think if I wasn't a solid person, that stuff would hurt my livelihood and everything. Ain't that crazy? That someone would throw something out like that. I got my customers, because I'm pretty popular here in this area, especially in the area of doing things in houses. Isn't that crazy though? But you know, people know me pretty well, so that's why I can laugh at it. It doesn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Because people really, really know me. Like, I'm well known in the circles that I'm in. So it really doesn't bother me. But I'm like, how can a person of any intelligence throw something out there like that? That is insane to me. But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, she said, yeah, that's why you won't come and finish this work. I said, look, I'm busy. I'll be there tomorrow. We gonna start it tomorrow. She just needs a fan to blow the heat out the kitchen. That's it. Somebody said, hey, that was the plan. He doing the mini hat stunt. He doing the mini hat stunt. So let's get it. So watch this. So she's been going around as Tia, but as we see, that is more to it than that. On the like, how do you run for a campaign under one name, which is a nickname, seems to be? You run for a campaign on a nickname. Do you ever see that before? Have y'all ever seen that? She runs a campaign on a nickname. Is that odd? Anybody ever do that? Anybody ever seen that? Maybe I'm something wrong with me. I've never seen that before. But the point that I'm making is Tariq Nasheed, is he really FBA? He calling everybody else out. Look, right here, in this picture right here, he's in the picture, and there's a person there, and I'm going all out because he shouldn't have put my family on the screen. There's a person right there with the arrow pointed to, right? Now, let me just put this out here. If you know I do this sort of research, you already know that people that talk slick, this is light work. This is light work. So anybody, I'm only doing a show. I'm only reporting my findings. I have nothing against anybody. And I only have a difference of how we should be moving. And I have a difference of opinion of how these things have unfolded in the name of liberation. So all that slick talk from anybody, I'm not tripping. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell this story. I'm gonna tell this story the way that I find it. Now, in this picture, and this is about him calling everybody tethers. In this picture, it's a person in this picture. And in this picture, right here, let me stop and block that out real quick. In this picture right here, it's a picture of a person named Dewan. You follow me? Yeah, we're gonna go all in. Don't worry about it. We're going all in. So it's a picture of a person named Dewan, right? Now, this picture of this person named Dewan is very telling. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me do this real quick. I got to do this real quick because I want y'all to be able to follow me without me interrupting the thought. All right, here we go. Because none of this stuff bothers me. All this old tough guy talk that I be hearing people, man, that stuff don't bother me. All right, here we go. Now, in this picture, right? In this picture, hold up. We get it right. We started taking from the top since I had to do some adjustments. All right, check this out. In this picture right here, where you can see the arrow is pointing, there's a person right there. Now, this person right here, like, I'm like, hold up, this guy's standing out. He's pretty tall. Who is this guy right here? Yeah, I didn't, brother, sister, I got it all for you. Who is this guy right here? Because I'm trying to figure out who this guy is, family. I'm trying to figure out who this guy is. Like, who is Tariq? I'm trying to help y'all. I'm trying to save y'all some headaches. So I'm like, who is this guy right here? So I look him up and I find out that his name is Juan Odom. DeJuan Odom, right? And Tariq's sister, Miss Garcia, says, thank you to my amazing dad, Nathan Sanders, and my big brother, DeJuan Odom, for your service. Happy Veterans Day, right? So, okay, DeJuan Odom. I said, man, hold up. How do you get a Sanders with a Tariq and an Odom with somebody else? Doesn't make sense. It just didn't make sense. You follow what I'm saying? So I had to go a little bit deeper and I had to discover that, hold up, this guy, his name ain't no Odom. His name is Juan Oldham. There we go again. Juan. These names all coming across some sort of Latin vibration. Latin vibration. Is Tariq Nasheed a tether? Why is all of his family names? Why? Why are all the family names of Latin vibration, but he goes over and shame Hispanic speaking people? It doesn't make sense. Like somebody say, like Juan Dixon. No, I like this. I like what this bro say. He said like Juan Dixon. See, this is where people have an issue with. But I'm gonna run it back. His name is actually on Facebook, DeJuan Odom. The point is, that's not his name. That's not his name. That's the point. So when you say like Juan Dixon who isn't Latin, no, it's not only that the name is Juan, it's also that on social media, the whole family has different names close to the name. And you know what you learn when you've been, and I've been studying it. I've been studying how they bring people into community. They tell people to choose a name. Say it with me. Say it with me. They tell them to choose a name that's close to their name so they won't forget it. The people tells those people to choose a name close to a name so you won't forget it. Somebody must have seen the video I seen. Somebody must have seen the video that I seen. So some people got odd names and some people just got names that's closer to their names, just like the rule book or the playbook say. Just like the playbook say, Marcos, Clotia, Dewan. Let me take, give me a second. Now we got people in here moving on. People say, what's your point? You have to watch from the middle. If I have to explain this to you, you'll never get it. Don't even worry about it. Sierra Williams. If I have to explain my point to you, you will never get it. Don't even worry about it. Just rewind and do the best you can. Just rewind and do the best you can, sis. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. If I got to explain you my point, don't even worry about it. Just go on, rewind, and do the best you can. Because you're just not going to get it. It's okay. It's okay. What you mean you hope you see me at the rally? Why would I be at the rally? What you want to see me at the rally for? You better not do nothing to me. Shoot, you my sister, whether you mad at me or not. Now, I hope I see you at the rally. Yeah. Or you my brother hiding behind a sister face. Ah, man. You can see me right now. Let's put the link in. Let me see if I can put the link in. You want to see me right now? You can see me right now. I hope I see you at the rally. You come on up in there right now. See me right now, sis. I can explain it to you. Come on. I just look at my watch. I got time today. I can explain it to you. Come on. Just look at my watch. I got time today. I was just asking, was going to the rally. Why would I be going to the rally? No, the person just said, Sierra said, I hope I see you at the rally. And I said the same thing. Why would I be going to the rally? That's all I said. Why would I be going to the rally? I mean, I'm going to presentation right here. Anyway, so as someone says, it's just way too many. Is bro FBA? And then you have sis. And then you have, when they talk about Africans, you have the brother Ola that you can see right here. And Tariq said, how did you get a picture of Ola to this sister? And Ola, I don't mean no harm, my brother. I don't have nothing against you. But you do have the Nigerian features, brother. And you work on the set of Hidden Colors. Let me thank my DS. I love your first principal, and I apologize for him slandering your name. But in the spirit of peace, if he and his family are in WP, what's the benefit to expose him? We're going to talk about that in a minute because our community. Let me explain this to you real quick, Mula. Our community is being manipulated. Our community is being manipulated to a path of liberation that doesn't even exist. There is plenty of reparationists out here. There are plenty of talented people who understand what reparation is all about, understand the particulars, have studied it from different nations and different perspectives, and they're qualified to bring this to a head. So with that being said, when you have one that is going to ride the train, the gravy train of reparations to get the bag for selfish gain, that should be a problem for everybody. That should be a problem for everybody. That's the problem. We're going to talk about that in a minute. We're going to talk about the gravy train. We're getting to that in one. How much time I got? Oh, yeah, I'm good. We're going to get to the gravy train in a minute. It's about the gravy train. Now, even on Hidden Colors, you had Chaz Pangborn. Like, you can't keep screaming black this, black that, FBA this, FBA that, when you got your cinematography, Chaz. You see what I'm saying? It's disingenuous. I'm not saying that you should not work with other people. What I'm saying is you can't say one thing and behind the scenes you think nobody checking and you do another thing. That's what it is. It has nothing to do with Chaz. Chaz probably a great cinematographer. Who knows? Who knows? However, you cannot talk about white supremacists. You cannot talk about tethers when you're feeding the same system when you have other options. When you have other options. No, pocket watching another man's is not odd. Let me tell you what's odd with pocket watching. If a man get up and go to work every day and he uses a hammer and he uses a nail and he builds a house and somebody worrying about how much money he made from that, that should be a problem. But when a man has acquired all of his wealth from the pool of the people off of a dream that there is some form of liberation involved, yes, we should watch his pockets. It's just like the government, for example. The government has no money without your money. Now, when I ask the government where my taxes at to fix the road, where my taxes at so I can flush the toilet, where my taxes at so I can see the traffic lights going down the road, don't look at me and ask me why I'm watching the government pockets. The money that you see that we're about to watch, it came from the people. It didn't come from him per se. He added to what the people gave him. So that's what we're watching. We're watching the people's money. We're not watching his money. We're watching the people's money. All right, are we clear? Just like somebody said, oh, what happened to the van? I don't mind that. I said, come forth, let me show you the receipts, and let's move forward. We're not watching his money. So we need to stop that. I mean, if you go and pay taxes for gas, you go pay taxes for bread, you go pay taxes for cigarettes, blunts, or weed, or whatever you buy, you have the right to ask what's being done with your money. You have the right. That's right. And even if you're on welfare and you're on EBT, your ancestors put that into the pot. Your relatives put that into the pot. Your kinfolk put that in the pot. And you have the right to ask. Don't let nobody ever fool you to believe you don't have the right to ask, and don't let nobody shame you when it's time to ask, and never be scared to ask. That's how people get away with wickedness, because we're scared to ask, or we're bashful to ask, or I don't want to really get in his business. No. This is public business today. Then this is how we got to wake our children up. See, even if we don't take this path, we need to wake our children up to be bold. We need to wake our children up to be inquisitive. We need to wake our children up not to be scared to ask questions. Because somebody's going to shame you, somebody's going to get mad, somebody's going to threaten you. No. You can do all that too. But we need answers. That's how we wake our family. If we don't do this, Sierra, the next generation will repeat the same thing that we repeat. We need to put out new energy. We need to put out new energy so this don't continue to repeat for the next 100 years. This is all new energy that should have been out. We should have been acting like this. We should have been questioning. We should have been saying no. I don't care if it's in the Moorish science tip of America, something wasn't right back then during the prophet, they should have asked. During Elijah Muhammad time, whether it was the women, whether it was whatever, right, wrong, or indifference, they should have asked. Malcolm, ask. Everybody, ask. And at this point, we will be in a culture where it wouldn't be a problem to get an answer. And then the fraud wouldn't even try his hand or her hand because they know they are going to be questioned. See, the fraud bank on our ignorance. The fraud, the hustler of the race hustler, they bank on our ignorance. I like what my brother said. Thank you so much, Sophisticated Savage. Don't let them throw you off track, GS. I love when cryptonomics and people like Sophisticated Savage say stuff like that, because I'll be rambling and talking and plebiscite babbling, and I miss some of my slides. Thank you, Sophisticated. So even though I even showed the time where they had the guy Roberto, and we know what Roberto looked like. You know what I'm saying? We know what Roberto looked like. But he works on the set of, he works on the set of Hidden Colors. Roberto Garcia works with Hidden Colors. Can you imagine? Roberto, and now he's in Twitter Spaces talking about Roberto. He's talking about Roberto. Anybody who used to rock with him, they crazy. You know what I mean? And not only that, you know what I mean, he rocked with Roberto, and his sister is married to Abe Garcia. Like you should address Abe first. Yeah, you should address Abe Garcia first. I don't have nothing against Abe. I don't have nothing against Roberto. In fact, I wish y'all come and teach me how to speak Spanish, because my broken Spanish ain't doing me good. Real talk. That's right. So now, the question is, now here's another question. Why is it his family seems to have a variation of a Latina or Latino name, married to Latinos, and so comfortable? How do you get that comfortable? No. Abe Garcia is what Tariq Nasheed called a white Mexican. That's what Tariq called him. I didn't call him that. How do you get so comfortable that you can not only marry, work with, and I work with Mexicans, man. Man, let me tell you something. I had a Mexican girl, Celia. Man, her husband, shoot, they did fabulous work when I started off back in the day. But the whole point is, this guy, Marco, Juan, Garcia, marriage. Y'all sure he's not a tether? Y'all sure he's FBA? Are y'all sure he's FBA? Somebody need to do a checklist. And I keep telling y'all, this is, and many people might say, well, what is this all about? It's promotion. The money is on the back end. The money is on the back end. The money is not here. The money is on the back end. I told y'all, imagine if he could sell FBA shirts 100 miles and running. Guess what? FBA shirts on the website. Imagine if Walmart, if it take off and it gets some wheels spinning. It gets some wheels spinning. Imagine that. How many shirts would be sold out of Walmart like Black Lives Matter? This guy ain't crazy. This guy ain't crazy. Just imagine. Imagine if it took off and you have FBA shirts and Walmart, FBA shirts and what is that? Target, FBA shirts and all these little size stores. Imagine that. You don't get money at the front end. You get money on the back end. You follow me? Oh, somebody said something about Abe. Let me pull up Abe real quick, man. I know ain't nobody said nothing about no Abe, man. Stop that, man. I already showed who Abe is on the former show. Come on, man. We gotta do that again. I already showed who Abe is. Abe is if I'm not mistaken, he's a Mexican, Spanish-speaking Mexican, man. We ain't got to do that. We already did that. Shout out to Abe, man. I'm not putting him on Front Street. This ain't about Abe. Abe is what they call Hispanic. Period. Point blank. That's it. I mean, I'm not putting Abe on Front Street. This is not about Abe. Now, as I try to share with you, that is all about the back end hustle. You feel what I'm saying? It's all about the back end hustle. It's never about the front end hustle. When you're dealing with these charlatans, it's about the back end hustle. So it's no different when you look at something like this and you have the Moors Us Incorporated thing where he is trying to act as if he's going to start this social media platform, and he's selling shares. You know what I mean? And people bought these shares. You follow me? People actually bought these shares. You hear me? But you ain't seen no platform. You ain't seen no platform. They fell straight through. See, with these charlatans, when it fall through, you never hear nothing else about it. Anybody know what happened to Moors Us? This corporation is authorized to issue only one class of shares of stock, which shall be designated common stock. The total number of shares that the corporation is authorized to issue is 5 million. Where is More Us? This was 2016. It's 2022. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Just wake up. That's all. That's all. Now listen. Now let's go to the other side. Let's stop for a second. I got about 15 minutes. Let's stop for a second. And now let's get to the pocket watching. Let's get to the pocket watching. Now, we got to get to the pocket watching real quick. I mean, so with that being said, somebody get a calculator out for me. How many hidden colors are there? Anybody know? Anybody know? It's about 5 hidden colors, right? It's about 5 hidden colors. Somebody get a calculator out. Now, here we go. Pocket watching 101. All right. Pocket watching 101. Now, the problem is not that the brother is producing documentaries that could fall on the line of pseudo. That's not the point. That's not the point. Now, let's go with the first hidden colors. He got 302 backers. His goal was 20,000, and he made 26,777. That's what his goal to produce hidden colors. Now, are you aware that Hidden Colors is one of the most successful documentaries independently in our community? Now, if it cost 26,000, do you believe that he made a profit from it? Huh? Of course you do. You know he did. But now, of course he made a profit. We don't have to guess that. Of course he did. Now let's stop there for a second. 26 777s. Then you had number 2. He upped the ante for 30,000. And he made 37. Anybody got the calculator? Anybody make the calculator? So he went back. So he went back to the people again. He didn't take the profits to produce the second one. He went back to the people and said, I need 30,000 to produce another one. I need 30,000. After I made a profit on the most successful independent documentary, he goes back to the people, and now he get a $37,697. Right? All right, keep following me now. This is what I mean on the back end. What is that? That's number 2. Now we go to number 3. Notice he upped the ante a little more. He went from 20,000 to 30,000. This time he jumps the ante to 50,000. 72,733. Now, remember now, all of these videos are successful. It's not like he's coming back and saying, man, this thing flopped. Can y'all help me do it again? No, these are successful. They are successful. This is what the Nasheedites need to see. These are successful documentaries. He's going back to the people again. He's pocketing the profits and going back to the people again. This is what the Nasheedites need to understand. They're being played for fools. Once you made the profits, you take the profits and then you go again. You don't keep coming to the people. All right? So he upped the ante. 20,000 the first time, 30,000 the second time, 50,000 the last time. I mean the third time. All right? Y'all with me? Somebody got the calculator? Keep the numbers counting. Keep adding them up for me. Now, is that 4? Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What is this? Hold up. Oh, no. Hold up. We got to get the 5. But this is, hold up. This is the maroon. He upped the ante on maroon to 80,000. He upped the ante and made 92,000. Now remember, these are all successful. These are all successful. These are all successful documentaries. Ain't none of them fail. Maroon ain't out yet. You follow me? Let me stop for a second. Anybody can tally up yet? Anybody can tally up? What we got so far? What we got so far? So let me see what I counted so far. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I get number 5? Did I get 5 yet? I'm missing 5, look like it. 2, 3, 4. Wasn't it the number 5? Hidden colors number 5. Let me look it up. Give me a second. Yeah, I think it was a hidden colors number 5. Let me see. See what we got. Let me check. Let me check the archives of the research. Moochie. Now you got your sandwich now. What you got for me? Huh? What you got for me, Moochie? Moochie got his sandwich. He's better don't play with me. Okay. Let me see. That's 1, 2, 4, 3. Okay, it was 4. I thought it was 5 of them, but it was 4 of them. All right, we got that number though. What we got? I think I got 4. Let me see what I got for. Who got the number? Well, anyway, it doesn't even matter if we miss none. Watch this. It doesn't even matter if we miss any yet. Now listen. All right. Now, keep following me. Keep following me. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We're missing 5, but we'll come back and get 5 on the back end. Then we have the Hidden Museum, which is 1.188 million, right? Then this one going to really knock you out the box. He did a foundational Black American conference, which the rally is just a remix of that. He did a foundational Black American conference, right? Y'all follow me? And from that conference, not sure if he got all this money, but I can tell you they was donated $200,000. For the Foundational Black American Conference in Atlanta. Now here's the caveat to that. Listen to what the Foundational Black American Conference was about. Watch this. There it is. Nasheed plans a 2020 launch in Atlanta for the Foundational Black American Convention, a think tank that comes up with solutions for fundamental Black Americans' agenda. Some of the topics planned for discussion include strategies on getting reparations, organizing Black voting packs. Organizing Black voting? Hold up, wait a minute. Hold up.
We're not going.
Watch this.
This is why it is important not to vote family. We need protections.
Listen.
We're not going for it. This is why it is important not to vote family. 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 We need protections.
Did anybody hear what he just said? It is important not to vote family. But in 2020, he says they're going to organize Black voting packs. Y'all hear that? Y'all feel me?
Important not to vote family. This is why it is important not to vote family. This is why it is important not to vote. This is why it is important not to vote family. We need protect.
Somebody said that was not Tariq. Man, I'm not going to the video for this. I'm not going to find the whole video where Tariq said it. Matter of fact, let me drop the link in for you. You can go listen to it yourself. I mean, you can go listen to it yourself. Hold up. Let me drop the link for you. These people are crazy. All right. Oh yeah. Anybody got the count? Okay, here we go. Let's get the count going. Hidden Colors number 5, family. He upped the ante. He upped the ante on Hidden Colors number 5. Hold up 1 second. He upped the ante on Hidden Colors number 5 to 500,000. To 500,000. Y'all see where this is going? Y'all don't get it yet? So all of these movies, he's never made a profit to finance. So he got $2 Pocket watching hard. Absolutely. Absolutely. I already said that. I'll just go make another account. Anyway. Tariq is doing more for our people than most. Hit the link. What is he doing? He's producing videos with your money. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's cool. I want to put up a Kickstarter so I can go travel around and do research and show people what's really happening. If somebody paid me $226,000 so I can go and do research to awaken people, oh my goodness, y'all gonna get the best research ever known. So there you go. Now, someone says, what's the point of all this? You're pocket watching. What's the point? Well, let me show you something. If you really want to liberate yourself, right? Let me show you something. If you really want to liberate yourself, I want to show you something real quick. If you really want to liberate yourself, right? I'm going to show you something. One of the first things that you could do is, let me go to California real quick. I just go to Cali real quick. If you really want to liberate yourself, let me show you something. You know what you can do with almost $2 million? I'll show you right now. What you can do with almost $2 million. Let me show you right quick. You could actually, let me tell you something. Bang, here we go. You could actually take like 300,000 and get your own uncharted land. Now, if you understand what uncharted land is, then you will get what I'm saying. You can get your own uncharted land in the middle of nowhere by itself, as they did with Las Vegas. Anybody familiar with the history of Las Vegas? Las Vegas was in the middle of the desert. Las Vegas was built from scratch in the middle of the desert by gangsters. You hear what I say? By gangsters. This wasn't built by the government. It was built by gangsters. The government ultimately took it over. You follow what I'm saying? Feel me? So you could take 300 acres. If you really want some liberation for real, if you really want liberation, listen to this. This 300 acres right here is in Julian, California, right? 67 acres. My apology. $300,000 for 67 acres. 67 acres bordered BLM land, which paved roads, frontages, electricity, and internet. In other words, you don't have to start with nothing. They got paved roads, electricity, and internet. You can start your own little town. And what I'm pointing out to you, this is an uncharted town. With an uncharted town, you ultimately can build your own municipality and you can govern yourself. And in fact, you could have your own sheriff. You could have your own, all of that. And you can really begin to live independently if that's what you really wanted to do. If that's what you really wanted to do. Look at this. Right, and fresh earthquakes too. No, I'm just using this as an example. You can buy uncharted land all around the country. What are you talking about? This is a Nasheed. You're right, and fresh earthquakes too. Yeah, and I have to grow my own food too. Yeah, yeah, and I have to dig a well, and I have to drink water from the well. Yeah, I can't go to 7-Eleven. I can't go to Sam's Club and Walmart. I got to do all of that too. Yeah. I gotta learn to make my own toilet paper. Huh? I gotta I gotta actually be independent. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? I won't develop sciences to find out when the earthquakes are coming. No, I'll let the Europeans give me an alarm and let them know when the ground is rattling. Yeah, I can't develop any sciences to tell me that an earthquake is coming. Nah, I'll wait on the Europeans. I'll wait on the Europeans to tell me the earthquake is coming. Yeah, look at this goofy stuff, man. This is what I'm saying. Do we really want to be free? Do we really want to be free? That's the question. I mean, do we really want to be free? See, if we really want to be free, if we really want to be free, this is where you start at. This is where you start at. You start at trying to build something and bring people to you. You don't keep digging from the same pot of your people. You build something and you bring other people to you to put in your pot. This is why I said this is disingenuous. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's not something that we should highlight. It should. But at this stage of the game, when you have a person who know how to organize to make a documentary, he know how to organize people around the idea to put out documentaries. He know how to organize to get on Jay Leno. He know how to organize to put out a book. He know how to organize to get the book edited. He know how to do all of that to do that. You mean you cannot organize $300,000 and get all of them followers, 100 of them over there to start building a little town? Huh? Where you can put your museum in and you can build it from scratch. In fact, you can get $2,000 cargo trailers and you can really glamorize this thing from scratch and make a museum big as the Eiffel Tower if you wanted to. This is why I'm saying it's disingenuous. There's so many ways to build structures today where you don't have to go all broke in it. And I mean, this is if people don't get it, sometimes this is so frustrating doing this show because I find myself keep explaining to the Nasheedites that you're really just buying into a dream. You're buying into something that is not even remotely close to reality. Because when you get to dealing with reality, that means you got to get calluses on your hand. That means you got to get some boots dirty. That means you got to get it from the mud. That's what that means. And if you got one who have the influence to raise money on that level, there's nothing that people won't put to have their own. And again, if I had that type of influence, absolutely, I would be on it. Fortunately, I have a friend of mine who's a great supporter, who actually have done wonderful things to move forward for independence, but now it's going to the next level to get somebody to work the land. That's one of the hardest part. The hardest part is sometimes it's not even acquiring it. It's getting people that's ready to move and getting something done and keeping the money going so you can continue to produce it to make it comfortable to what you're used to. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so at the end of the day, family, we need to stop playing these games. We play a lot of games, man, and we let people play games with us. Real quick, let me pull up something real quick. I mean, we got to stop, man. We got to stop, man. We play a lot of games, man. And we got to stop letting people play with us. We got to wake up. People are playing with us because they're banking on our ignorance. They really are. Everybody's banking that we're slow. That's what it is. That's what it is. I'm convinced. I'm convinced. People are banking that we're slow, that we're not going to question, and that long as we don't question, they can continue to do what they do. I'm telling you, that's what people are doing. People banking that we slow. Look at this. I mean, how can one claim to be FBA, right? You know what I mean? And be proud to have their mother-in-law walking around in a dashiki, making a mockery. Just make a mockery out of our ancestors' fabric. This is a mockery. This is a total mockery. You mean tell me that you ain't check mama, but you gonna check everybody else? Look at that. Kari Muhammad say 350 from everybody from this feed. We can buy it right now. All a matter of execution. Kamari, can you email me, brother? Can you email me to huckabay@gmail.com? Let's put a campaign together. Let's see if people really want to do something. And we already got something in place. Let's see if people really want to do something. Huckabay@gmail.com. Kari Muhammad, please email me. Huckabay@gmail.com. And I'll get back with you tomorrow. But you see what I'm saying? This is a mockery. This is a total mockery that one would say that he's fighting for FBA. That one say he's fighting for FBA, but your mom, I'll be like, hey, mama, look, please, mom. That's not a good look. That's not a good look, mama. This is not a good look. Let that go. For real. Let that go, mama. I mean, and if you're not bold enough to tell mama the truth, then you're not bold enough to stand forth for the opposition when it's time to build. Therefore, you most likely just a puppet. And you actually are more than that when all the research come out. You know what I mean? Look at this. It's a mockery. That's a mockery. That's a mockery. Come on now. I mean, you can't check that. You saying FBA? You talking about tethers? You calling out Spanish speaking brothers and sisters south of the border, brothers in Africa and all that, and you can't speak out to that? You can't speak out to that? But you can talk about a Jamaican brother. You can talk about a Jamaican brother. You can talk about a Spanish speaking brother. You can talk about, but you can't check this. That's all I'm saying. And I mean no disrespect to the lady on the screen. I mean no disrespect. I'm just saying that I know how I feel about my people. I know how I feel about my race. I know how I feel about my culture. And if I was involved in a situation where I could speak to somebody because of relational whatever, I'd be like, nah, that ain't cool. And if I was doing a podcast, I'd be like, man, listen, I can't make nobody do nothing, but yeah, I checked her. I say it live. Yeah, I checked her. I was like, nah, that ain't cool. I checked her. You know, I can't make nobody stop doing them, but I check. Like, I'm just so transparent. That's just how I would get down. So, family, I'm 2 hours on the 2 hour mark. I appreciate you, family. We're going to continue to break this down. I want everybody to know that if you're not into the pocket watching, don't watch this show. If you're not into me clout chasing so I can wake people up that need to know, don't watch this show. If you're not into me doing this for views, click off now, because I want the views to go up so people can awaken. Waking up, how you say? But I want the views to go up so people can awaken. I want the clout to come my way so people can hear the logical perspective of Tahaka Bay. That's right. And hopefully I can make a call, and as my brother Muhammad said, we can get 350 apiece, and we can build on what we already have, and we can acquire more, so we can do, as somebody just said, we can have some safe havens. We can have some safe havens. And I always use the example that when the Hurricane Katrina tore down the Delta, tore it down, people was living like refugees. They had no place to go that they had established for themselves. So the point is that you don't have to live in a place like that year round. However, if something was to happen, you will want a place to go. Everybody ain't fitting in the museum. In fact, that's where the tragedy might hit. Everybody not fitting in the museum. Like, you ain't got to, like, when people talk about we got land or we're buying land, that don't mean that you have to go there and live on the land. No, that becomes a choice. However, the option is there for you. If something was to go left, you have a place to go for refuge. We got to think about stuff like that. We got to think about stuff like that. Many people are not ready to give up the comforts of going in their car, pressing the switch. Woo. Many not ready to give up the comforts of going in their home and looking on the camera, seeing who came in and starting from scratch. Many are not ready to give that all up and start from scratch. Well, you don't have to. You don't have to give all that up. You invest in it. It becomes a business venture, not you keep dumping money into documentaries, dumping money into these things that at any given time, you can't defend that documentary, but you can defend that land. You see what happened in Haiti. You can defend your territory. You see what happened in Haiti. We got to wake up, man. We got to wake up. I'm going to try to lead the charge, family. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, one thing about me, I'm going to be as transparent as I want you to be. You feel me? I'm going to be as transparent as I want you to be. And I want you to be transparent. Therefore, I have to be transparent. With that being said, family, thank you so much, family. I appreciate y'all. Hit the thumbs up. Family, please do me a favor. After the show, today or tomorrow, please go into the comment section and leave a comment of what you think about the show. The haters come in there, the tethers come in there, and sometimes them tethers, haters, they be real discouraging, because I'm like, man, they ain't getting it. They ain't getting it. But I know you're getting it. And so if you're getting it, please let me know in the comment section outside of the live chat. Because them people come up in there and go crazy. And I'll be like, wow, these people are really not getting it. Like you really are being entertained and walked around in a circle. But if you're getting it, I ask that you do that for me, man. I appreciate y'all, family. I see y'all was tomorrow. Oh, we in Thursday already. I got to go out. I might have to go out with a nice bang tomorrow. I might got to go out with a bang tomorrow, but we'll see. Thank you, family. See y'all tomorrow. More Shroud TV. Our people in the building. We did it again. Let's go.
I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. That's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. You a friend of the Moors, then you a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies, now hold my line. Those that speak against the prophet, they speak against me. And I'm speaking about the prophet over Drew Ali, who was the first to remind you and bind you back to Morocco, the mountains, Mississippi, and Quebec. Told you you wasn't black, proved it was straight facts. You tripping off trucks, you need to be tripping off that. Now here we go again, acting like you a slave. Family, see y'all tonight, 9:30. Let's go. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. To Hawker Bay front line till the